Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be doing a review on every single weaponized jet slash plane, which also includes the regular plane, because it's like the only weaponized, the only plane that isn't weaponized. And unlike the other videos, there won't be any limited showcases here, or I could say otherwise. But the point is, you can't really get them, so what's the point? Okay. And you can skip some of these parts if you don't really care about them. They're kind of pretty old and they don't have any use, so other than that, let's get started. I'll start off with the non-limited ones, with the first one being the plane for 350,000. And surprisingly, this is actually the cheapest aerial vehicle to get, other than the default helicopter. And as you can see here, there's a friend of mine, or a quote-unquote my friend here, and I think I'm able to pick him up because it has like 4-seaters. So let me see if I can get him in here. And there, I got him in. So he's able to I'm able to carry up to like 2 more other people, which makes it pretty good if you're gonna I don't know, grind together or bounty hunt together. The plane, honestly, despite the statistics, which the plane is pretty okay with its speed. It's better than your typical ground vehicle. Just saying, I would say it's slightly better than the Scout because, the seats and the protection. And should you actually buy this plane? Well, it doesn't matter if you have friends or not, but, if you prefer planes over Scout or aka the helicopter, it's fine. The helicopter, this was actually the first aerial vehicle I bought back in chapter 1. And I actually kind of liked it, so for you, I would say you could buy it. I'm not saying that you should. You could. There's a difference between you should and you could. And that's all for the plane review. And let's move on. Okay, so I had to change up some plans since there's a bounty hunter here, and hopefully this guy leaves because none of these. Okay, pathetic. But anyways, time to go use the Falcon. For $1 million, you can have yourself the F-16 Falcon. And I think I said that right? Whatever it is, you might be wondering what's its ability. Well, being the cheapest weaponized vehicle, the only ability you'll have is something called carpet bombs or drop bombs or whatever you want to call it. And there are 2 ways to use this, and my account is in here, so let me just get it out real quick. God's sake, I don't like those people. But anyways, he's out there, and what you want to do is, there's 2 methods of destroying it, or harming the player. The first method is just flying by, dropping bombs like it's none of your business, and you can deal up to 31 damage. I did 31. Pretty neat, and my all count has 70 health left. And the second method of doing the bombs is that you gotta try to aim it right, and then well, not aim it right, but you see, there's a pretty fascinating method is that you drop down and you start dropping a lot of bombs like this, and hopefully that you hit someone. But I didn't because my ult is somewhere. And oh yeah, ignore this guy. He's just ranting. Yeah, he's rambling and ranting at the same time, But other than that, this is the second method. Let's see if I can do this. Okay, that was a pretty bad drop, but you can kind of see the idea. The second method is pretty effective against AFK players, especially when the criminal base, because you could just 2-shot them. You could do something like this, just make sure that you aim right, and I think it's healed already, so I'm just gonna start dropping a lot of bombs down there. Oh no. And it turns out I did not hit my account. Oh yeah, I don't like this thing. Let's see. There we go, you can kind of see I did 48 on that one. I think the most I ever did was like around 51, 60. So yeah, if you use this right, it could be pretty effective. But other than that, there's not much to talk about. Other than being a two-seater, surprisingly. I don't know. Would you actually? Would I recommend buying this jet? Well, I mean, if I'm being real honest to you, you're not able to defend yourself with anything besides the ground, but it doesn't really matter, you know. I mean, if you're not really like playing on PvP, then it's hard. It's hard to say, but I guess you can buy it. Though I don't really recommend this, but it's at least a lot faster than the plane if you're going for grinding and not typical PvP, because typical PvPing with this is not a good choice. But yep, this is all the review for the Falcon, and let's move on. The next plane I'll be showcasing you is for $3 million, the Spitfire. And this is actually a World War II plane, which is pretty OP, considering the fact it's actually one of the most dangerous planes in the game. And let me just show you why. First of all, you might be wondering, what kind of physics am I using? Well, if you didn't know, this is something called advanced physics. For those of you that aren't aware, advanced physics is technically somewhat of a beta feature that was added to Mancy I think months ago. And the only vehicles that have advanced physics, specifically jet physics, are Spitfire, Raptor, and X-10, while advanced helicopter physics only work with Blackout. And to adjust your sensitivity, you just gotta go to settings and your plane sensitivity and helicopter sensitivity, along with anti-stall boost. I don't really recommend anti-stall boost because it's pathetic, and plane sensitivity and helicopter sensitivity only works with advanced. So if you think they're gonna work with basic, I can say they don't really do anything on basic. But let's just talk about the Spitfire. Okay, this is a one-seater for $3 million. What's this do? Well, let me try to shoot at this Camaro. You can kind of see how. Yep, I just blew that thing up. You can kind of see how devastating this thing is. If you aim it right, you're able to take out a lot of people, even tanky vehicles. So let me see if I can take this person out. Okay, my aim was not good, but you can kind of see this vehicle is actually pretty good against dogfights as well. I mean, the only problem is the handling. It's just not the best. But if you use it right, you can actually take out jets, even the Raptor, if you're actually pretty good at it. Because if you don't take out the Raptor will take out you, and so on. I'm not gonna try to kill my alt account, so I just did 39 there. But you can kind of imagine how much damage I would do if I just chill here and just do like this, just turn on my engine and shoot like this. But since I'm not here to intentionally kill my alt account, then I'm just gonna fire a bit of damage at it and move on. Also, if you didn't know, you're not able to fire any that long because there's also a reload. I mean, it's an old plane, so at one point I'll have to reload. But the reloading was actually I think the ammo capacity of this thing was increased before, because at one point when they added the reloading, it was actually the rate was pretty common. After a few seconds, you will have to reload, which was pretty annoying. And at one point they just buffed it, so they just made the reloading a little less common, and a little less needed. And yes, there is nitro, so it's best used if you want to have some good speed. And you can also customize nitro as well. And maybe so you can do a few more hits. But yeah, this is all for the Spitfire and what I recommend the Spitfire. Well, if you want to use the Spitfire, I would say you recommend basic for now, until you're ready to take on the challenge with advanced. Because advanced physics is pretty tough, especially if you don't know what you're doing. But I kind of recommend Spitfire since it's really devastating again with PvP. But again, it's your choice, and I wouldn't really say to use this for grinding because it's not really the fastest plane in the game. I mean, there's literally better planes that can be used for grinding. Oh, and the hyperglider existed, so yeah, let's not talk about that one yet. But that, let's move on. It's time to deal some massive damage with a $4 million Warhawk. And this does not have advanced physics sadly, but the Warhawk is for $4 million, I think, and it's a two-seater. And this thing actually has lock-on missiles. And surprisingly, these things have like one of the fastest lock-on times ever. And another thing about the Warhawk is it deals the most amount of damage with a missile. Surprisingly, it deals 60. And let's see if I can target my account real quick. You can see there, one missile would deal 60, and that is devastating. Because 2 hits from this thing and you're just done. But like I said, I'm not gonna kill my ult, so I'm just gonna spare it, and I'll show you what it would be if you shot a helicopter with it. I'm gonna do it there because I'm just too lazy to like get it on. But pretend there's a helicopter there and you wanna like shoot it down. Lock on, fire, and it will deal 180 damage, which is enough to smoke that plane already. I mean that helicopter. It's not okay. It is smoking, yes. And yeah, it only takes 2 hits to obliterate this helicopter, and maybe deal the bonus 60 as well. Oh, I didn't. Oh, there's the 60. Yeah, it did the bonus as well, which is surprising because assuming there's like a low delay, I don't really know, but you know, I mean, if I get the bonus 60, it's fine. And what about for regular cars? Let me see. I know it's kind of funny trying to transition to my alt and to my main, but the point is to like demonstrate because you know I tried doing this on a public server and man, it was a pain. So I'm just gonna do it here in a small server. And if I fire out a car, it will deal. How much was that? So my car has 180 left. And so was that? I think it did like 120. Yeah, I think it did like 120. Yeah, 120. Because it has 300 health, the Camaro. And you multiply it by 120, so it's 180. Okay, yeah. I'm not a mathematician, but just you know, I'm just trying to verify. So what I recommend the Warhawk? Well, I mean, at the moment it doesn't really have advanced physics, so it's pretty easy to counter. But if you like use it right, you're able to do lots and lots of damage, and you're gonna be pretty much a threat, similar to the Raptor. And do I recommend it? Yes, I do, but if you're planning to use this for grinding, I would say no. But for PvPing, yes, because it's pretty devastating. And this is all for the Warhawk, and time to move on again. For $6 million, you can get yourself the Nighthawk, a stealth aircraft. And surprisingly, this is actually one of the worst aircrafts you can ever get for now, because of how weak this thing is. First of all, it has missiles. Cool. If I lock on, which has like a... And if I fire, it would deal 50 damage to a helicopter, to an aerial vehicle. Which is not the best, because a Warhawk can deal 180 with being $2 million cheaper. And something like the Buzzard, which is like even cheaper, can deal like 120. And this only deals 50, which is pathetic. Now, why is it $6 million? I don't really know. But the second ability is the drop bomb ability, or the mob bomb. And the mob bomb is currently bugged, or you know, it's bugged right now because not because it drops one bomb, but the one bomb is supposed to deal lots of damage. And let's see if I can drop one here. You see, it only does like 10 damage when in reality it's supposed to do like 80, according to according to a source. I forgot, but I think Blossom said it was supposed to do 80 or something, or QA. I don't really know. I think it was a QA. Yeah, QA. No, not Blossom, but you know. And for now, they still haven't really fixed it, so this is technically pretty useless. And to players with a missile, it was 40, which is pretty okay, because that's the same amount that Blizzard does. I mean, 40 isn't really that bad, to be honest. And it also does 10 to an aerial vehicle. That's weird. The third ability is the cloak ability. It goes invisible, and you can still lock on people. However, back in Chapter 1, you weren't able to lock onto anything when you were cloak, so it was just technically like you flying around trying to like hope that the cloak actually like goes out and you can finally target someone. With Chapter 2, you're able to target someone, so basically it's an ambush. And this is for $6 million, which is also surprisingly a 1-seater. Now, do I suggest getting the Nighthawk? At the moment, it has no advanced physics, and the stats are weak, so I would say no. Do not get the Nighthawk, for now. Until then, it's not really worth it. It's not really like worth your price, worth your money. But hopefully in the future, if they do fix the Nighthawk, hopefully it would be worth $6 million, and not some junk vehicle that deals 50 damage to aerial vehicles. But other than that, yeah, that's all for Nighthawk, and let's move on once again. Time to cause some chaos with the BRRT, or A10, $7.5 million. This is the second most expensive vehicle in the game, and this is pretty much a warplane. Like, there's two abilities. There's the drop bombs, which I've kind of showed you in the Falcon. It does the exact same thing. I don't really need to explain any further. I mean, if you really want me to explain it, just watch the Falcon video, man. I'm not gonna explain something twice. However, the minigun, which is the second ability, or the main ability, is very devastating. And in my account side, ooh, 4 HP. Okay, yeah, this thing is actually capable of obliterating anything, if you aim it right. Also, I'm not gonna try shooting at my account because you can kind of see my account was at 4 HP, and that you can tell how stupidly powerful this thing is. And the minigun did got nerfed before, because during the release, it was a bit too devastating, especially the fact that it literally fires explosive rounds at a super fast rate. And the second ability, which I want to showcase here, even though I said I wasn't. I know where my account is. Okay, there we go. It's on there. And while I'm trying to like, let's see if I can do this. Okay, so surprisingly, this thing does 7 damage. The bomb does 7 damage per. I'm not sure about the Falcon, but I do know the A10 does like 7, which is technically better than the Falcon bombs. It either does 7 or it's just a random number, I don't really know. But you're able to like drop it pretty good, and it's pretty effective. As you continuously drop it, you can literally just kill someone. It's also quite annoying. And would I recommend the A10 for $7.5 million? I would say yes. It's actually pretty worth it, especially with the speed buff now. The A10 is like pretty devastating, and it's been devastating, and it's even more devastating now with the speed buff. So I do recommend it for PvP, except one problem is you can't really do dogfights with this thing, or at least if you aren't that good enough. Because first of all, this is not designed for dogfight, or that's what I think it does. I mean, isn't the A10 supposed to like target ground and not just air? Because you're gonna miss a lot. unless if you're pretty proficient with A10, which I wouldn't blame you if you are pretty good at it. And other than that, this is all for the A10, and it's pretty worth it. Also, it's one-seater, so yeah, keep in mind. Most dangerous jet in the whole game for $11 million is the Raptor. And yes, this is the most obvious one that I will make as the last one. And why is it so stupidly powerful? First of all, it has 4 missiles. Oh no. There, 4 missiles. And it has advanced physics. That's cool. And the Raptor does like 40 damage per missile to a player. So if I shoot it twice, I'll do an 80. I'm not gonna shoot the rest of the 2 because I'm not gonna destroy my alt account like how I almost did with the A10, which was a pretty bad mistake. And let me see if I could like try to get this thing to spawn a helicopter and fly somewhere here. And I'm gonna launch with my Raptor. Oh, if you didn't know, it actually has nitro, just like every other advanced physics jet. And I can actually smoke out a helicopter easily. It will deal like around 320 damage to the helicopter, which basically just obliterates it in general. And I think it will do the same thing with vehicles as well, with cars. Let me see if I can spawn a car in real quick. Oh hey, look at my Raptor go. Okay, I'm gonna get into that Camaro. I wanna fly it around, try to retarget this thing. This is actually like a Warhawk upgraded. And it's the most expensive vehicle in the game, while being the best jet in the game as well. Like, not even a cyberplane can beat this, trust me. I've seen what the cyberplane does, and this thing is just way better. And the second ability is, but you know, it's Cloak. Yeah, not surprising. It's Cloak. And like I said, you're able to lock on to things. I'm gonna do an 80 on that. You know, I'm not gonna shoot the other 2. I'm just gonna shoot like somewhere else. And overall, this is actually the Raptor on full out. And what I recommend buying the Raptor? I mean, it is a one-seater, but would I recommend buying the Raptor? Well, I mean, it really depends on you. I mean, the Raptor can be pretty overwhelming to like grind, but if you have like the passion to grind to the Raptor, I would say go for it. Because once you have the Raptor, you're technically almost unstoppable, unless if it's something called an incinerator that starts targeting you. And I'll say I wish you luck, and try to not get hit by an incinerator. But other than that, this is technically all of the non-limited vehicles that you can actually get. Non-limited. And so I'll be moving on to limited. So overall, this is all the vehicles that you'll actually see. Besides the common cyberplane, you've seen all the non-limited ones and some of the limited ones. So I hope you guys do enjoy this video, and be sure to leave a like, comments, and consider subscribing. The only reason why I didn't really do a conclusion, because it's pretty obvious that the Raptor is the best. Yes. There's no point of saying the Raptor is the best in conclusion if everyone knows it's the best. So I'm just going to end it off here, and hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.